Please be seated. Hello, everyone. Hello. Oh, let's try it again. Hello, everyone. Yes, thank you. My name is Kathy Guthrie, and I'm an associate professor in the higher education program and director of the Hardee Center for Leadership and Ethics in Higher Education. Welcome, and thank you for joining us for the Hardee hooding ceremony. We are so excited to share this time with you and grateful for the presence of family, friends, loved ones, supervisors, mentors, alumni, and faculty members, both in person and in live streaming. We are all gathered today to honor the achievements and hard work of graduates from the class of 2023. We recognize that so many people are a part of this journey, and this has shown up in many ways these past few years. We know it takes the support of many for our graduates to be able to achieve what they have. We often don't slow down and really acknowledge that it truly takes a village to pursue and finish a graduate degree. Graduates, I would love for us to take that time right now. Pause, look around, make eye contact if possible with those who have been a part of your journey. That community, those who have supported you in the beautiful ways to get to this point. Powerful, isn't it? To pause and think about that. As many of you know, in higher education, we love rituals and ceremony, or as we often call it, pomp and circumstance. We even walked into the music titled Pomp and Circumstance. The meaning of pomp and circumstance, as defined by Webster's Dictionary, is a great display of ceremonial grandeur and ornate formality. Although there is a great deal of pomp and circumstance here today, know that our classrooms look nothing like this. Can you imagine if they did? I'm seeing people shaking their heads. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Our classrooms are filled with comfort and discomfort. I say comfort because of a familiarity you have with the people around you, those who are in your academic family, such as this. And discomfort. Discomfort you have when you are learning something new and seeing how it applies to the world around us. You can also see our graduates and faculty are wearing traditional academic regalia, part of that grandeur and formality that I'm talking about. Of course, we will sneak in a little learning later on, and we will be hearing about the specifics about what this regalia really is about. However, first, I would love to welcome our fearless department leader, otherwise known as our department chair, Dr. Toby Park.
Thank you, Kathy. I was thrilled to be invited again to be as part of this group, and I also recognize that representing the college, our dean has also joined us, Dean David Andrew. Several of the doctoral students attended the ceremony earlier this morning, and I've attended a bunch of these over the years. And I think what I've come to realize is that I hope what all of you do as well, that while today is about you, it's actually not for you. It's for all the people you thanked earlier, and it's for all the people whose lives you're going to impact moving forward. And that's what I like to celebrate today. You're graduating from a program designed in the spirit of human service. This is a program designed to go out there and make a difference in the lives of college students, community members, and so forth. I wanted to congratulate you on behalf of the department and let you know how proud I am of you. You represent some of our brightest students, some of our most engaged students, and I've been really enjoyed getting to know you over the course of the last 2 years, and for some of you, 3, 4, 5 years. So congratulations, or 6, 7, we can keep going. I've been here for 12, I don't think anybody's been here quite that long. But with that, I did want to just say congratulations on behalf of the department. We are so incredibly proud of you. One more thing I wanted to do is many of you have gotten to know a certain number of our faculty as both a department member, as a faculty member, but also as our associate chair. Someone who has led us through great difficulty, but also great success. Someone who was most recently recognized for her own research work by the recipient of a competitive Fulbright grant. What we wanted to do today was, on behalf of the department, all the faculty, and all of you, stand and have recognized Christine Noker as our outgoing associate chair. And to present you with this very small token of our appreciation. Thanks, Christine.
Greetings. My name is Cameron Beatty. I use he, him, his pronouns, and I get the privilege to serve as the current program coordinator of the higher education program. I welcome our family and friends, the staff, the faculty, the administrators that supported our students to get to this milestone in their lives. It is my honor to speak to you today on behalf of the higher education graduate program faculty. Today we are gathered here to celebrate the achievements of our graduates, their hard work and dedication, and their commitment to our 3 pillars to the program: leadership, social justice, and student success. As higher education graduates, our students have excelled in these areas, from working with students and student groups on campus to develop and leading their own campus initiatives. Our graduates have demonstrated a commitment to leadership and have been a driving force in making positive change on campus. These graduates have also taken a strong stance on actively working towards making the campus and our community more equitable and more inclusive. Through their courses, through research, through campus engagement, the graduates have developed a deep understanding of the importance of their role in higher education. Our master's graduates leave a legacy within themselves, as they were the last cohort to do a summer practicum with Dr. Beatty. And given their feedback, we have now changed the curriculum. Look at y'all, leaving a legacy. Finally, our graduates have worked tirelessly to ensure the success of all FSU students. They've impacted policy and exhibited a culture of care as student affairs professionals and paraprofessionals. From providing mentorship and support to their peers, to advocating for resources and services, our graduates have made a lasting impact. On behalf of the faculty of the higher education program, I would like to congratulate you as graduates. You'll get a lot of that, you probably already have. But it's my privilege to see you all grow. I either had you in class or I served on your dissertation committee. And to see you reach this step and this milestone, I'm just beyond proud of you. Congratulations, graduates, and we wish you nothing but the best. This is hard work, you already know that, but it's good work. Go LifeNet.
Thank you, Dr. Beatty. This afternoon, we have the great honor to invite Dr. Mary Coburn to present our keynote address. Did I hear gasps? I thought I heard gasps. Right? Legacy, do I need to say more? Right? Dr. Coburn is a 3-time alum of Florida State University, alum of the higher education program, and the previous vice president for student affairs. Dr. Coburn has also served as the director of the Hardee Center, where her vision still stands with the center today. Dr. Coburn's inspirational work has transformed the lives of so many she has led. and we are once again blessed to have her here. I shared with her a story that Dr. Beatty and I were actually at Duke University earlier this semester, and an associate vice president of student affairs was an undergrad here at Florida State, and asked me how Dr. Coburn was doing and how he still uses what she did as vice president as a model for him. And he said, I never interacted with her, but her legacy was that powerful. And I think that just says a lot right there. So please join me in welcoming our keynote speaker today, Dr. Meredith Coburn.
Hello, it's wonderful to be here with you today. I haven't had to do homework in quite a while, so you had to bring me back out to start thinking about my experiences at Florida State, and brought back a lot of fond memories of all the different roles that I played at this university. But probably the most important role is the one that I played as a graduate of the program and a former student of Dr. Mel Hardee, who all this is named after. My journey with Dr. Hardee started out a long, long time ago. I was on maternity leave with my first child, and I had a year's leave of absence. So I thought, you know, I'm not going to be working. I think I'll get a doctorate in my free time. Well, that tells you how much I knew about being a new parent and how much I knew about being a doctoral student. But fortunately, Dr. Hardee was very patient with me. She humored me, and when I started my first class with her at 6 months pregnant, I took the American College student class. And that course might have been the most influential one of my career and taught me many lessons that I looked upon during my whole life. So what are some of those lessons that Dr. Hardee taught us? First, she taught us that people will strive to meet your expectations, so have high ones. How did she teach this? Well, she certainly taught by example, and she made it very clear that nothing less than your best was acceptable. I thought that I was a pretty good writer when I started my first course with her. Was I wrong? When I got my first graded paperback with her ever-present red flare pen, she required a precision and thoroughness that prepared me for better performance in my future roles. She demanded that you always, always gave your best. How did this expectation of excellence translate into my professional life? I learned that everything that you do speaks. Everything you do builds your reputation, builds your brand. So I had to think about, what did I want my reputation to be? And I thought it was going to be pretty simple. I wanted to be known as someone who always worked hard, was reliable, and would always go above and beyond expectations. I strove to fulfill my commitments with quality work, and I thought about other ways that I could be known around campus. I thought that volunteering for sort of the less glamorous jobs, the nitty-gritty jobs that no one else wanted to do, was a great way to meet people across campus. When you do this, you never know when you'll be invited to be involved with a program or an activity or an experience, because people have gotten to know you in sort of like down in the trenches. And also when people think about people that they want to collaborate with, they'll think about you. I also thought about how I might want to round out my skill set. I thought that I probably needed to strengthen some of my technical skills, like budgeting and knowing more about physical plant. And so I took upon myself to get involved with those kind of things. And mastering that knowledge and knowing about physical plant is definitely an advantage when people are allocating resources. Plus, you never know when you're going to need a favor from somebody in the budget office. Next, Dr. Hardee demonstrated the importance of building relationships across campus and across the country. Sometimes she would bring in the famous chocolate chip cookies, sometimes a watermelon to share with students and clerical staff, faculty, and peers. Now, you don't have to be a farmer to, like she was, to curry favor and get to know people. But I encourage you to learn people's names, listen to their stories, make eye contact and smile. And when you build these connections, the rewards will be great. Relationships will help you grow and learn more about yourself. And when you need assistance, people will be very willing to help you because you've done the same for them. To this day, when I'm on campus, it's not unusual for a grounds person or cleaning staff member to shout out a hello to me or toot their horn as they drive by in a car. It always means a lot to me. Sometimes we get, this might seem simplistic, but sometimes we get too stressed or busy or self-absorbed to notice all the other people who are making the college run. Acknowledging other people's contributions is the easiest thing we can do, so take the time to do that. Today we acknowledge Dr. Hardee's greatest gift, and that is the LifeNet. She did not invent networking, she simply labeled it and lived it. Our gathering today is a testament to her enduring legacy in this way. I hope that you will be part of nurturing the LifeNet as well. You'll find that former classmates can be very helpful when you are looking for a new job or seeking information or resources. Sometimes you can't talk to somebody else on campus about an issue that you're dealing with. So pick up the phone and talk to one of your classmates and use that person as a sounding board. In addition, you can strengthen the LifeNet by congratulating a classmate when you hear about an accomplishment that they've achieved. Also, sometimes if things are going rough for someone and you hear about a challenge, reach out and tell them that you're supporting them. When FSU experienced the shooting at Stroger Library several years ago, I heard from people all around the country to support me. That meant so much to me and really helped me through a very difficult time. I know that Dr. Guthrie would also like me to encourage you to support the LifeNet by donating to the Hardee Center. Yeah, go ahead. If not at other times, the Great Give is every spring. We have class competition to see what classes have the highest percentage of donations. And so I challenge this class to be #1 next spring. It doesn't have to be a large donation, it just has to be a donation that will grow every year. But start your habit of giving early. As I look to your future, there are many challenges for you to conquer and many rewards for you to reap. Many of you were undergraduates when COVID came and changed the face of higher education forever. It changed public and political perceptions about the value of the campus experience. And while the pandemic did stimulate some important technological advances, we also lost interpersonal relationships. Some of the undergraduates are quite comfortable with the Zoom reality even now. In student affairs, however, we boast about the importance of the out-of-classroom learning being just as important as the in-classroom learning. So I hope that you will go and recreate those experiences for your students and colleagues and yourself. You play a critical role in reimagining this. On the most basic level, you must simply be present. Even when you have the option to work remotely, choose to come into campus. Strengthen your one-on-one relationships with your colleagues and your students. Of course, you might need to trade in your yoga pants for professional attire or start hunting for a parking space again. But I also challenge you to restart a tradition. Back in the old days, when we walked across campus, we actually looked somebody in the eye and said hello or good morning. Now everybody's looking at their phones. So put your phone in your pocket, walk across campus, and say hello as you walk across. This way you can lead by prioritizing caring over convenience, and as the late Dr. Bobby Leach would say, caring and sharing. I'm confident that you can make this happen. I look forward to witnessing your successes as you continue to rebuild a supportive learning environment for all of our students. It will be rewarding for you and enriching for our students. We are so proud of you and all of your accomplishments. We know that you're going to do great things. Congratulations, and go Noles. Woo.
Thank you, Dr. Coburn, for those powerful sentiments, as always. Now please join me in welcoming another special guest this year to present the awards of the class of 2023. Associate Vice President for Student Affairs, Dr. Brandon Bowden, and a lifetime member.
Good afternoon. Our students, starting with the Cheryl W. Reagan's Leadership and Service Award. Please feel free to follow along on pages 5 and 6 in your program. So first up, the Cheryl W. Reagan's Leadership and Service Award. This award is presented annually with the purpose of recognizing students who have demonstrated excellence in the areas of leadership and service within their graduate assistantship while exhibiting a strong work ethic and a commitment to service. One of our master's recipients nominator wrote the following: "This nominee has true dedication to the experience while making our workspace feel like a true family. He consistently had our back and is a creative, kind, intelligent individual who always knows how to take creative routes, especially when we're working with programs and events for our students. He truly is a great representative of leadership." The 2022-2023 Master's recipient of the Cheryl W. Reagan's Leadership and Service Award is Adarius. Congratulations, Darius. Several of our doctoral recipients nominator wrote the following: "This nominee enhances the quality of the higher education program by calling students to a higher standard of academic rigor. She genuinely cares for the welfare of her fellow students, as seen by the several who nominated her. She genuinely cares for the welfare of others and strives to make them feel a sense of belonging in this program. She exemplifies the ideals of the university and academia at large." The 2022-2023 doctoral recipient of the Cheryl W. Reagan's Leadership and Service Award is Dashe Templeton. Next up is our Peer Leadership Award. The Peer Leadership Award is a peer-nominated award where the recipients contributed to enhancing the quality of the higher education program. These students have demonstrated leadership within program activities and demonstrated a spirit of responsibility and collegiality in their relationships with others and in their academic work. One of our master's recipients nominated wrote the following: "The nominee has been reliable since the beginning of the master's program. The recipient is ambitious, funny, and always representative of the cohort. She is someone who is collaborative and is an amazing student affairs professional, but most of all, an amazing friend." The 2022-2023 Master's recipient of the Peer Leadership Award is McKenna Campbell. Our doctoral recipients nominator wrote the following: This nominee has gone above and beyond in several ways, cultivating the students around her. She has brought her expertise and empathy into spaces with her while prioritizing student support and love as the foundation of her work. Every step of the way, she is there for her peers while also being a role model in so many instances. Not only does she work hard, she makes herself available and ensures that her peers are supported and as a leader. She continues to pave the path for her peers. The 2022-2023 doctoral recipient of the Peer Leadership Award is Dr. Cassandra Kepler. Or Cassie, as we affectionately call her. So next we have our Mentorship Award. The recipients of the Mentorship Award are FSU faculty or staff members nominated by students. The recipients have contributed to enhancing the quality of the FSU higher education program, actively promoted the well-being and professional development of students, demonstrates a spirit of responsibility and collegiality in their relations with others, and they have served as a professional role model and mentor. Our recipients nominated wrote the following. The recipient has always made it a mission of his, even during day one, for the nominee to feel comfortable during grad school and get the best experience possible. The recipient was always there to lighten up the situation, and he is always ready to provide kind words of wisdom and motivation, and is a true representation of the higher education program's 3 pillars. The 2022-2023 recipient of the Supervisor Mentorship Award is Assistant Director at the Center for Academic Retention and Enhancement, also known as CARE, Mr. Arnez. He decided to sit all the way in the back. So next up, we have the Dr. Barbara Mann Award. The Dr. Barbara Mann Award recognizes higher education students who have shown excellence in their graduate assistantship and intend to pursue a career in student affairs. Our recipients nominated wrote the following. This nominee shows up with perseverance and grace. The recipient is graceful in every sense of the word, whether it is through her supervision style or how she shows up for students. She has raised the standard of graduate assistants by setting an example, an excellent example, and being willing to help others along their path. The 2022-2023 recipient of the Dr. Barbara Mann Award is Ashley Chesky. So next we have the Carrie G. Hall Scholarship. This scholarship provides financial support for female students eligible to be designated as a Hardee Fellow pursuing a doctoral degree in higher education. Has participated in several areas of academia. Her expertise continues to motivate those around her as she represents her scholarship within the Florida State community and around it, attending and presenting at several conferences throughout the nation. The 2022-2023 Carrie G. Hall Scholarship recipient is Holly Henning. I was trying to send vibes left, so she would like start walking, but I couldn't. It just didn't work. I tried. It's like I just stare long enough, maybe. Well deserved. Well deserved. Next, we have the Dr. Glenn Wayne Stillion Award. So our final award of the day is given in honor of Dr. Glenn Wayne Stillion. The Glenn Wayne Stillion Award aims to provide financial support to doctoral students on their educational journey. This year's Glenn Stillion Award winner has represented Florida State University and the higher education program with pride throughout the nation. She has supported her peers in the program, balances full-time employment with academic rigor, and continues to find ways to motivate those around her to be the best selves that they can be. This year's 2022-2023 Glenn Stillion Award winner is Amy Haggard. Absolutely amazing. Can we give them another round of applause? And congratulations again to all of our award recipients. So I will turn it back over to Dr. Kathy Guthrie.
Thank you, Dr. Bowden. Today we are excited to bring back a time-honored tradition, the presentation of regalia. Please welcome Professor Emeritus Dr. Robert Schwartz to teach us about the academic regalia means, right? He's the historian. He's going to teach us. I told you there's going to be learning. Please feel free to follow along on page 7 of your program. And I would also like to invite Jay Baran and Dr. Keppel to support.
Good afternoon. I'll use our two models after a few quick brief remarks to describe the regalia. We decided a number of years ago that it was sort of a part of what we wanted to convey to you all as parents and relatives and co-workers, et cetera, of our graduates, why the heck we're wearing all this stuff. And what it means, it's steeped in tradition, and it really comes from medieval times when the guilds were there, and we've sort of continued to copy those things through the academic processions and regalia that we wear. On a personal note, I would just share briefly that my father donated this gown some time ago. I borrowed it from him when I was in graduate school, and my wife and I, who was a faculty member here as well, have exchanged it back and forth as we had to attend various commencement for our students. So I'm pleased to have that. I've also noted that as I've become an emeritus professor, which means I'm retired and I'm old, that they come in very handy. This helps to cover spots where hair used to be, and this covers the excess eating that comes with retirement. So I'll use our two models quickly, if you could come this way a little bit more. There we go. If you'll just stop there so people can see you. If you'll hold out your sleeves, if you'll notice they're cut in a particularly interesting way. They're longer at the bottom than you might expect. Word was, at one point I heard somebody describing that those were often used in the past by monks who would wear these kinds of gowns, and they could collect alms and stick it in. I don't think that holds there, but it's an interesting idea. The mortarboard on top, in your description in the program, it says represents books, but I've also heard it's a reflection of the Oxford Square that's maybe very familiar to some of you. The tassel is light blue, which indicates education, and the rest of the material is pretty straightforward. If you'll hold out your hand again, there. You'll notice the difference, it's plain, and when we get to Cassie's, you'll notice a difference there as well. Thanks. Cassie, can you pull over a little bit? If you see, this is a bit more elaborate, which recognizes the degree at the doctoral level. She has stripes on the sleeve, on both sleeves, which is an indication of doctoral work. And her cap is different, and in most, you can see it's a soft cap, which is much easier to wear, honestly, than the mortarboard, which is not comfortable after a very long time. The tassel is always on the left, as it is for the master's student as well. So once you complete a bachelor's degree, and they have you, if you go to those ceremonies, they have the students move their tassel from right to left, indicating that they have graduated. In the case of graduate students, it's always on the left. It's actually fixed there, so that indicates once you've graduated beyond the bachelor's degree, you don't have to do the tassel moving any longer. And if you'll note, hold up your robe a bit more, it's right. The robe itself, she will put on, that's how we hood everyone. And that's an indication as well of the level of the degree and the significance. It's got a lining inside in both cases. Cassie's is red and blue, indicating the dark blue, indicating PhD. EDD is usually light blue, as is Chabrian's here. So that's the regalia we're wearing. I must say, if they're not the most comfortable things to have on in the Tallahassee floor this time of year, but thankfully the building's fairly comfortable today, and it's not quite as oppressive as it can be. But in summer, when commencement comes around, there's a lot of groaning when people have to put on their regalia and parade around. We hope that adds to the ceremony and you have a better appreciation for what's going on. The information in the brochure is much more descriptive than I gave you, but thanks to Cassie and Kathy, I appreciate it.
Thank you, Dr. Schwartz. Now we are very excited to welcome Dr. Moper, outgoing Associate Chair of our department, to present the doctoral graduates.
And now for our doctoral graduates. Dr. Brittany Davis, under the guidance of Dr. Kathy Guthrie. Dr. Owan Edwards, under the guidance of Dr. Tamara Bertrand Jones. Dr. Sierra Cassandra Fluker, under the guidance of Dr. Lara Perez-Faulkner. Dr. Cassandra Ray Keppel under the guidance of Dr. Brad Cox and hooded by Dr. Cameron Beatty. Dr. Courtney Roxanne Pearson under the guidance of Dr. Tamara Bertrand Jones. And Dr. Dashe Templeton under the guidance of Dr. Lara Perez-Felkner and Dr. James Wright. Congratulations, doctors.
Thank you, Dr. Mofer, and congratulations. Now I'm thrilled to invite Dr. Tamara Bertrand Jones to present the master's student and Dr. Lara Perez-Felkner to join in hooding. Hannah Elizabeth Bryson. McKenna Campbell Hutz. Ashley Nicole Chinsky. Carly Collison. Norma Juliana Cruz. Madison Brooke Drummond. Chloe Dial. Jayrion Danielle Jackson. Backwell Junior. Oksana Kozlova.
today, but we'd still like to recognize her for this major accomplishment. Cameron Mahone. Grant Reinhardt Mitchell. Genesis Ramirez. Catherine Delaney Seals. Darius Deontay Simpkins. Kate Thibodeau. Noon T. Kuvan. And baby. Congratulations, graduates. I'll turn it back over to Dr. Guthrie to close us out.
As our graduates are taking a seat, let's give them one more round of applause. I know, it's getting hot. We're almost there, we're almost there. Before we close today, I do want to acknowledge a few special people who are with us today. We are lucky to have two very special people who you heard from both of them, but I cannot close without giving a special thank you to them. Both of them have had an immeasurable influence, not only in the higher education program, but Florida State University as a whole. The first is Dr. Bob Schwartz, who retired last year, but agreed to come back. We do not take you coming back out of retirement lightly.
Did he really retire though?
Yeah, did he retire? Yes, yes, yes. And of course, Dr. Mary Coburn, who, as you heard, not only served as Vice President for Student Affairs at FSU, but was also standing right here for several years, and I learned so much on how to take this forward. For me, it is incredibly special that we have these two amazing humans with us today. They have not only influenced my life and countless others in the ways that we cannot capture. Thank you both for saying yes, for being here, and your continued commitment to not only our program, but higher education as a whole is noticed and appreciated. I also want to acknowledge some additional people who are at the core of the higher education program, starting with the amazing staff in the Educational Leadership and Policy Studies Department. Yes! I mean, let's support students and faculty in incredible ways. Okay, Adam Ware. Nikki Wright. Yes. Danielle Boone. I cannot tell you how lucky we are to have such staff who do their work and with such an ethic of care and share their love with each of you. I think you all know that, right? Students making sure that they can do their best and kind of cutting down those roadblocks. So thank you for doing that. You are seen and we appreciate you. Another thing to note is the ceremony, or should I say pomp and circumstance, would not be possible without the incredible support from the LifeNet. With leadership from Kevin Derryberry. Where you at, Kevin? I saw you. Stand up, buddy. Yes. Alumni and friends of the higher education program donate resources to make programs like this possible. So as Dr. Coburn already said, remember you're all going to be you're already members of the LifeNet, but you're going to be graduates, right? I also want to acknowledge Robbie Bob. Oh, Robbie. Yes. Talk about someone who stepped into the role of Associate Director of the Hardee Center this past year and has done a brilliant job and done it with an ethic of care, so thank you. I will also say, if you ever get an email from Robbie, please respond. Right? All right, now on to more fun. Please join us at our reception, which is through the lobby courtyard, and we'll have ushers that will help to guide you there. Faculty first, we need to have some pictures. Graduates, we need to have pictures, so please let's make sure. I think Adam and Danielle are going to usher people away so we can make sure that we can get pictures without people running in and out. So thank you again for joining us, and congratulations, class of